Hello, this is a message for someone who recently has been studying some kind of book and to try and learn the laws of the universe or how our reality works. And this is a spiritual book of some sort that you've been studying for a while, okay? And whoever this message is for, you feel like this is you trying to crack the code of reality, of life, of how things operate in this universe, and trying to almost hack it. Okay, that's what you're trying to do through studying this spiritual book, whatever book it is. And the message I'm getting, if this message is for you, is that you're studying the wrong book. And I hate to say that because I personally am one of those people who believes there's value in almost any writing. I'm going to say almost, okay? Or one can extract it from it, okay? Especially spiritual books. I guess in that way, I'm an open-minded person who believes that from pretty much any spiritual writing, one could extract some kind of wisdom, okay? And that is very possible with the book you're studying, by the way. That's part of the message I'm getting, that you could extract the right wisdom from it, but you're not. And the reason you're not is it could be in part because of I'm getting the translation of the book you're reading, which is making me wonder, I guess this could be the Bible, but it could be any kind of spiritual book. And again, I wouldn't want to be one to say that you can extract, the laws of the universe from the Bible, because I think you probably could if you decode it the right way. But, well, I know for a fact you could, because that's what Kabbalists did with the Old Testament in Aramaic, right? And I did study that for like 10 years. And that is literally what they did, okay? They cracked the code of the Old Testament from the original translation, the original language was written in Aramaic. Now, every time they've translated the Bible, there's been an agenda behind the translation, whoever was paying for it. And the Bible was, shaped by those translations, and different things were inferred on purpose from certain parts of the Bible specifically. And some other things were hidden or distorted. And this is all nowadays, thankfully, information we can all access. If you look for it, you can find the evidence of what I'm saying is true. I'm not just... But anyway, the message I've been getting, it doesn't have to be about the Bible. It could be any spiritual book you've been reading and studying lately, if this message is for you. And what's happening, this is one of the ways you will know this message is for you, is that you're getting more confused, not less, about the nature of reality. And I'm getting something very strong here about reality creation. Like whoever this message is for, that's the main thing you've been wanting to get out of the spiritual journey and studying this book that you've been studying. That's the code you've been trying to break, the wisdom you've been trying to extract, is all regarding the nature of reality and how to be more of a deliberate creator in it. So yeah, you're trying to learn the laws of the universe. And again, you might have felt in the beginning, whatever reason was that made you pick up this book specifically, it was something that led you to believe you cracked this book. And I'm getting, that you're not looking at it as like taking it at face value, and you're trying to crack the code. So you're in the right path in that sense. And again, it might be part of a translation issue where certain things are literally purposely hidden from you or anyone who reads this book. And so no matter how much cracking of the code you do, you are only going to go so far, but also there might be traps, is what I'm getting, embedded in this translation of this book, so you don't crack the code, okay? It's also what I'm getting. So whatever this message is for, you might have felt in the beginning of studying this book that you were advancing in your understanding of reality and your ability to apply that knowledge you were getting. But you pretty quickly hit some kind of plateau, yeah. And now for a while, you feel like the more you study this book, the more confused you get in its practical application of the concepts you are taking away from it, okay? So that is your number one sign that that what you're extracting from this book is not the truth. Whether the truth is there or not is irrelevant to our conversation right now. It might be there, but the question is, can you extract it? And this is not about your abilities. It could just be about, you know, your cultural bias or your background that allows you to see certain things or not, right? So don't be hard on yourself about it, because it's not really about that either. It's a compatibility thing. There's other books out there, is what I'm getting, that you are a better match for, that will help you see through the illusions of reality and understand the universal laws constantly at play in a much more direct, efficient way for your, you know, natural framework of looking at things. For you, whatever book you're going to is a bit of a stretch to think in a compatible way with this book, in a way that you can actually extract the most value from it, okay? That's what I'm getting. Hopefully I'm explaining myself right, because this is a bit of a complicated concept to explain, because you are getting value from this book, but it's very hard. It takes a lot of digging and a lot of personal effort to get very little actual information, okay? So there are other books out there. Now, how will you find them? You have to attune to your own measure of truth. We all have it, okay? We can all tell what's the truth, because truth is a frequency, okay? And when we feel it, we know. That's why some people are more convincing than others, but there's also the layer of, there are people who believe lies, and so they are in a frequency of truth when they relay those lies, and so you may pick up from them that they're being truthful, and they might not be saying the truth. This happens, for example, with actors, okay? Actors are, you know, professionally skilled at getting themselves feeling a certain way, especially the good ones. And the really good ones, they make themselves feel like it's the truth. They get themselves in that vibration of that frequency where it becomes the truth, and that's why they move us the way they do, okay? Because they are expressing a truth. Even if it's not their truth, they're able to tap into it and embody it to the point that it is truth. And so you're able to recognize it as someone watching them, and you know, there's that soul recognition that happens, and that's when someone moves you with a performance, right? So when you are looking for the right book, you need to be looking for that resonance, that feeling of the frequency of truth. But you also need to be discerning of the fact that there are people that are convinced that what they're saying is the truth, even if it's not the truth at large, okay? So how can you tell the difference? Well, you're gonna have to explore yourself and discern for yourself, right? And that may take longer, but it is worth going on this journey to find the right materials for you, because right now you're putting in a lot of work to understand very little, okay? So it's like the amount of effort you're putting into studying versus what you're being able to take away. You could be taking way more away from way less effort if you were studying a more compatible type book for you, okay? So hopefully that was helpful.